A few years ago, a friend of mine introduced me to the opportunity of pursuing a master's in the UK. The Chevening Awards is a prestigious scholarship that promised to connect me with like-minded professionals from all over the world. It would open new paths for my career and empower me to multiply the positive impact I dreamed on doing within my community. I won the scholarship and was very excited to meet the almost 60 other students from my country, Brazil. They were all inspiring and clever people from a wide range of backgrounds, ages, and regions. However, I noticed that many Brazilian people were missing there. Almost all of us were from privileged groups. Although more than 50% of our population is black, the cohort was almost 90% white. I was not the only one to perceive it. Actually, we found out that several alumni had already identified this issue and tried to do something about it before. And from one contact to another, we gathered a group of 15 people willing to change this situation. We've launched a project called Representa na Gringa, meaning represent overseas. Our job is to find, train, and support Black and Indigenous future leaders. To do so, we're building alliances, raising money to cover tests and translation fees, and developing a network of mentoring. Yet, we cannot do this alone. The low representativeness of Black and Indigenous people in further education is a consequence of structural racism. And although the challenge is huge, if we only wait for this difference to be balanced without intervention, it might take centuries for it to switch. Affirmative actions are needed, and they have to be consistent. Therefore, we want Chevening to engage with us. We want them to train their recruiters on unconscious biases. We want them to better disseminate the information about the application process so it reaches the peripheries. And most of all, to avoid facing decades of slow progress, we want them to adopt a policy of quotas for Black and Indigenous peoples in Brazil. And in the future, we want this policy to go global, because we know that each country has its specific inequalities, urgent to be addressed. Together, we can help the leaders who are struggling with their vulnerability to make the change they need to happen now. There are several ways for you to support this cause. Read our manifesto, sign our letter for Chevening, donate, become a mentor, lead the movement in your country. Let's accelerate change together.